Addams Family, guys.
I don't know what I'm doing.
All right. We are in the this is
Creepy and the cookie.
we are in 2022, right? I think 2022, 2021. After watching Addams Family, I kind of understand why people feel some way about Bel Air. Here's why. Here's why I'm correlating this.
Wait.
Here's why
How
I'm
did we?
correlating this. Here's why I'm correlating this. Understand?
The
Um,
macabre,
so
the comedy
Bel
of
Air,
Addams Family.
Bel Air was a
Bel
was
Air.
is Bel Air is a show where a lot of people weren't fans of the dramatics, basically Fresh Prince of Bel Air being just straight dramatics with no comedy, right?
Yeah.
And which kind of misses the point of why Fresh Prince of Bel Air what it was. And a lot of people say, well, it's the time period. Fine. When I watch Addams Family, what I liked about Addams Family came out in 91. The 90s, we had this, and I think I might have talked about it when we did Addams Family, because we did Addams Family 1 and 2. That was a very
Yeah.
weird time
Long
for
time
3BG
ago.
at the time.
Yeah. That
But
was 2015,
yeah,
14, maybe.
yeah. But anyways, in the 90s, we were getting live action versions of these old shows, whether it was Addams Family, Beverly Hillbillies, Flintstones, and even the Brady Bunch. Now, the Brady Bunch isn't our era, but we watched it on reruns when it was on TV. But what I loved about all these movies is that they played to the strengths of why people love those properties. They didn't try to reimagine it in any sort of way. They stuck to what made it work.
Yeah. Yeah. That was during a time where remakes and reimaginings were a big thing. That didn't become a thing until about the 2000s, where it was really like, let's put a spin. But actually started in the I would say in the 80s. You can kind of see where I would say they were trying to mix things. Like a good example, the one thing they like doing in the 80s, and it kind of goes in. Well, actually, no, I won't go into that. That doesn't make any sense. That's something different. But the point is this: yes, they did that a lot, man, and especially in the 90s. The 90s had this weird commercial way of taking shit that came out in the 60s and
70s to 80s.
ruining it, just completely ruining it for whatever it was worth. But Addams Family didn't get that. They got love.
And it's part of
because it's funny, because would you see what the Munsters went through? Addams Family got love.
Yeah, and it's part of the reason why I kind of low-key love James Gunn's, like, the first Scooby-Doo movie, because he leaned into what Addams Family was doing in, like, no, we're gonna lean into the fucking stupid and silly shit that Scooby-Doo is.
The 60s were like, listen, I would like to say that the 60s were a very interesting time for television.
Yeah.
So when you try to take something or take a product of the 60s and you bring it into something 30 plus, 40 plus years later, and you try to capture the essence of that time in current times, or at that or current at that time of the 90s,
yeah,
you're either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, that's what I love.
Think that's what you got with Brady Bunch. Brady Bunch ran into that because people either hate it or they either love it. It's one of those weird things where it clashes, where it's like, ha ha, it's still 60s and the 90s, and there's some people like, okay.
Because something I can also look at as far as Addams Family is concerned is you have a vast ocean of stuff to play with when it comes to the Addams Family, because Addams Family came from a comic strip, a cartoon series, the crossover that it had with Scooby-Doo, the 60s TV show, the crossover with the Munsters,
graphic novels that started coming out,
the graphic novels, all of this, like this, again, this ocean, and you could just take from it and say, hey, you know what? We're still gonna stick to what made this show the show, but
we're gonna have we're gonna have the atmosphere of that time period surrounding it.
Yes, and at the same time, it's not just, hey, here's the 1960s, slap them into the 90s and still try to make the shit go the same way. It doesn't work like that. You have to have a good writer, a good director, and a damn good producer to put all that stuff together.
And that's
because that's pure vision. Each one of those is vision to know what the hell you want to put out. Because in the sense of Addams Family, what you just said, it wasn't so much the 60s, 70s, or whatever. It was the macabre setting that it had. It was the fact that it was so gloomy against modern day.
Yeah.
And everybody they talked about, oh, her Aunt Grant Capernia, in the 1700s. Like, wait, bitch, it's 1991. Wait. How old are you, Morticia? It's like that. That's the joke. That's what makes it funny.
And that's the thing. That was the perfect encapsulation of all these movies that were based off of these 60s and 70s properties. That's why the Brady Bunch movies and even the sequel worked, because the writers and again, the key component is you need good writers that understands the material. You can't just put anybody in it.
When I did this, when you said you said Brady Bunch 2. Here's me.
Okay, Brady Bunch 2 was okay. You're right. Brady Bunch 2
cash grab.
It was a cash grab, but it worked somewhat. But if they did a third one, they definitely would have been out of fumes at that point.
Oh, they would have been definitely, especially there. The second one was burning out, but I think the second one was making fun of the fact that Brady Bunch has this much plot.
Yeah.
I think that was the whole point.
But Gary Cole,
I don't know.
But
Gary Cole was great in that.
But that's the thing. What made Brady Bunch, just like going back to Addams Family, is the writers took the sensibilities of those shows and characters and juxtaposed to that modern times. But everybody was still in there. They weren't saying, "Hey guys, it's the 90s. Let's put our 1970s." It's like, no. These are characters from the show. We're just gonna put them in this atmosphere, and they're just gonna be who they are. So you're gonna have Gary Cole being the dad going to a corporate job, doing his dad's sensibilities, and everybody's
what's Brady about it?
Yeah, and everybody's like, I don't hate this guy. Like, he's cool. Like, he dresses up in those 70s attire, but all right. But in Addams Family, Gomez Addams is batshit fucking insane, but he's dope as shit. And nobody really questions it. It's like, this is a very eccentric guy. All right.
And that's the other thing, which is something that I liked about Gomez in this, like in this particular movie. Raul Julia didn't play it like John Astin.
No.
He played it nothing like John Astin. John Astin played Gomez like how Gomez is played in the cartoons and in every other variation that he's existed, right?
Yep.
Like the whole everything.
Yeah, everything. Everything like that. Holy shit, Raul Julia took the role of Gomez and went home with it.
What you did was with both of the main stars that you got, Raul Julia and actually three people.
John Astin.
I
was saying Gomez, Raul Julia basically he saw what John Astin did and said, I'm going to do it better. Like, I'm going to do it this way.
Yep. Basically, what I'm trying to say is what you had Raul Julia, Angelica
Houston,
and you had Christopher Lloyd. You had three people who obviously all went through the theater to do this shit. Angelica Houston wasn't raised up on television. She read the New Yorker as a kid, and she read the comic of Addams Family. She knew this. She wanted to be Wednesday when she was a child. Like, you have Christopher Lloyd. Hey, you see the old Addams Family? How can I make it my own? Like, you had actors. When you put actors in that position, you're going to get amazing. That's why when I was talking to somebody like that, if you gave this to Oscar Isaac, he'll run with it. He'll have so much fun with it.
That's why they put him in that animated series.
No, see, but that's the other thing. When it comes to doing a live action, in which we all had talked about this, you can't recreate this.
Nah.
Like, it's impossible.
It's way too high.
The bar is way too high. It's impossible to recreate it. We've seen what happened after the second one.
Well, I mean,
the second one came out. There was a third live action movie, and nobody.
But see, here's the thing.
Also,
the third one wasn't that bad, but like I
said,
the problem with that one is that you have. But the problem is that it was Tim Curry being Tim Curry and not Gomez Addams.
Exactly. Like I said, you can't recreate this.
And what's the space? I forgot the other chick, but yeah.
Like, you can't recreate this, and also you cannot just give these characters to just any actor.
Yeah, and I mean the animated movie that came out was actually pretty good, and I think
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
animated was the best way to go instead of
Animated
trying to
was
do a love no live action. That was the only
animated
way
was
to do
by
it.
far the safest option they could have went.
But here's
Yeah,
the funny thing: the two people in there, like I said, Oscar Isaac, and let's just say Charlize Theron,
yeah,
and you know what? Because I know he'll fucking kill it. If you gave it to Nick Kroll, to all three of them doing it from voice to real life, all of them would do good at it.
Nick
Here's the
Kroll is funny
problem,
as
and I think
shit
all of them
as
will
Uncle
make
Fester.
Nick Kroll would crush it. And look, and here's a funny thing: they will do good. The first one though, nigga, yeah. You remember when Raul Julia came out and he all touched Morticia, like nobody would talk about it. If you're gonna make it, you're not making it for us. You're making it for everybody else young. You're not making it for nobody old. That's how it will be.
No one who was a kid in the '90s when this movie came out. You're not making it for them.
And
I mean,
I'm sorry, children that were raised up like my children. You're not gonna like it either because your parents raised you up on this.
I mean, but I think the beauty of this movie, because we're gonna be all over the place, is that it's a very simple story and it just works. And the funny thing is, despite it being, because apparently this movie was like $5 million over budget, and just everything that was happening,
Wow.
because there was a couple of things about it behind the scenes. It was like Orion, who was distributing the movie, since the film went 5 million over budget, they were stressing the fuck out of Barry Sonnenfeld, who was directing this movie, on like, hey dog, this movie better fucking deliver. Like they were, I mean, you spent $30 million on the movie.
Because I bet they had.
Huh? Oh, did you cut out?
I said I bet they was.
Oh yeah. Because the movie was supposed to be 25 million, and then it went up to 30 million. Now, Orion already at that point was already struggling. So now you have to make back your financial costs, and thankfully the movie did become a big blockbuster hit that it did. But the crazy part is, like, even that opening weekend, it beat out Cape Fear, which is a big deal.
I don't know how it did.
Like 24 million opening weekend.
But like, even then, like I said, like you make it like even with this movie coming out the way it is, Sonnenfeld, he had a whole vision with this movie. He had to, and you could tell where it went over budget. That whole set looked like it went over budget. I can say that, and I can say there were probably 2 or 3 things that, no, you didn't have to do that.
Gotta be real.
You didn't have to do that scene.
But I am so glad that he did.
I'll be honest with you.
You know what I mean?
The effects for Thing still holds up a little bit to me.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it definitely holds up.
Like it's ridiculous how seamless it is. It's like, how the fuck did they do that? And it's just a goddamn hand.
I think there was a lot of lighting that they were doing with the movie and all the rest of that. And I believe that, you just had to do some scenes over again. And the one thing that I always thought was like, well, they probably had to shoot Christopher Lloyd different because they said the second they said action, Chris will just drop about a good 6 inches and just start acting. It's like, he's the tallest thing in the room. So yeah. So I thought it would be like that, but nah. Sonnenfeld, actually, it's kind of funny you bring up Barry Sonnenfeld. He is one of those directors where I said, I know where you fucked up at.
Hey, look, I'm surprised that Wild Wild West didn't fucking kill his career.
See, that's where I thought that, like, that to me, I know where you fucked up at. You said yes to Will Smith more than twice. That's where you messed up at. Because here's the thing, Eric, Chris, you and I got into a fight about this. Men in Black 2, you know what? Cash grabbing maybe wasn't that bad. The third one, however,
Josh Brolin deserves an Oscar for doing. He's the best thing about that fucking movie.
I hope Josh Brolin got paid more than everybody. I know he didn't, but I just hope he did.
He needs you to be Tommy Lee Jones throughout the whole movie, Josh. All right.
The only interesting thing in this whole movie. Everything else is just Will Smith going, oh!
Oh, hey, Mike Coulter. Didn't know you were in this movie. How's it going?
How's it going? You know what? Don't talk.
Something else, guys. We mentioned Angelica Houston, right, D?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that she thought herself that the role of Morticia honestly would have went to Cher?
I can believe that because Cher
I
was
can
in a lot
believe
of
it.
movies.
And I could also believe that because, Angelica was an actress. So, they're just going to get somebody prettier.
Cher
You know
was
what I mean? I think that's kind of what you think. They're just going to get somebody prettier, more lankier than me.
Cher
But
to me
also,
was.
she read the comic book, so she probably said, that's Cher. I will get Cher.
I mean, but here's the thing: like Cher to me, she was only as good as a director that knew how to work to her strengths.
How different would life been if Cher was Morticia?
How different.
That would have been different. Here's a fun thing. Hey, D, is Cher a bad actress? No. That's all I can say about
She's
Cher.
competent.
Have you ever said, come on, we said that about a few actors. We're like, are they bad? No, they're really not. No.
Listen.
I just don't like them like that.
No, listen. I will give Cher her props because anyone who can keep up with all 5 brothers in the middle of Dancing Machine, I give you a pass.
Oh, shut up.
She did. She legit did.
I give her up for everybody's favorite scene in that one movie she did. I'm in love with you. Snap out of it.
I mean, let's be real. I'm gonna be real. I feel this is a hot take, so I'm pretty sure the Cher hive is gonna fucking probably come at me. Maybe that might be like 2 white women. I don't know.
Wow, I'm afraid of that one white woman and that one nigga named Derek is gonna come at you.
I feel mermaid.
Derek.
I feel Mermaids was peak Cher.
No.
Oh no.
Peak Cher for D is when they finally when they decided to put all of that fucking Botox in her cheeks for her to go up there. Do you believe?
I was just about to say believe.
Hey, that song slapped. It was
so
many remixes.
I hate to say this. I don't like that song at all. That chorus makes you feel free. Do you? I can feel it.
No, sir.
I ain't gonna fake.
Sir, you know what song makes me free? Everybody's free. That makes me free. All right, that makes me free. Fuck the other song.
No, but Chris, but keep it real though. Believe was God. Like no, seriously. Believe was like the gay anthem of like for 2 decades.
Does that make me gay, sir?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Boy,
but the song was hold on, but the song was so good that whether you were straight or gay, you still believe it slapped.
Every time I hear that song, I see a dude named Adam and a dude named Kevin. This is our moment. This is all like, but I just want shh.
Hold on, wasn't they using?
And then you hear it in the background.
Weren't they using the instrumental to that for Queer Eye for the Straight Guy or some shit?
Look, I got to be honest with you. Anything that involves gay white man, Cher, Beyonce, Madonna Summers, Madonna,
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
That's recent.
Look, Lady Gaga, Elton John, somehow, some way, I don't know.
Lizzo.
It don't hold on. No.
Don't you dare mention that industry.
Don't you put Lizzo on the homosexuals, okay? The homosexuals don't want her. She's too big. No, really, I was gonna say, and of course, flip a coin. Either heads Nicki, tails Cardi. It matters with them. Like I said, now before anybody gets mad, I said gay whites. The ones I don't like.
Anyway, but getting back to the movie, the whole crux of this movie is essentially Uncle Fester coming back into the family by virtue of
let's get it right.
No, let's really
get it right. This nigga named Gordon and his mama was scheming motherfuckers, right? And they just pressed up Dan Hedaya because they wanted his money. They said, "Hey, I know the perfect family because you kind of look like his brother." No, I don't. And guess what? That was his long lost family. It sounds stupid.
No, not just
like Addams Family.
Hold on. Just how lost? The man has been gone for 25 years.
Lost within the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, lost within the freaking Bermuda Triangle.
Now,
hold on, and then wait, and then at the end of the movie, oh yeah, Dr. Pinderschloss did find him in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle,
and the lightning struck.
Wait, hold on, she did find him with amnesia.
Aha. Which
it's just the way that Gomez said
and I mean, and the thing of it is, it's like what makes it interesting.
When he said that, I was like, Is this one of those things where not where it turns them on, but more of like, okay, skipping a movie. One of our favorite lines of all time, me and Eris, our favorite lines of all time. Hey, my son was junior space cadet. What about your son?
Probation.
It says it proudly. So
Takes
But
the full
his-
stogie, takes the full stogie out of his mouth just to say and pulls him to the
Probation.
side. Probation.
But here's the
Hold
thing.
on. Here's my question though, man. Here's my question though. My question is it one of those situations where Gomez literally was like, ooh, amnesia. Remember that time I got amnesia, darling? Yes. like it's one of those.
But here's the thing, though. What makes this movie great is that everybody
lines like that.
It's that everybody, even Gomez at one point when he finally reveals the truth, is that everybody knows it's bullshit, but they're just going with it because they're just playing it up. Like we know that Morticia knows because of course she knows, but she's just going along with it because she's like, whatever, that's making my husband happy. I'll roll with it. Wednesday knows it's bullshit because, again, as Morticia says, she's studying the Bermuda Triangle, and she's already like, "Okay, dude, really? You left the Bermuda Triangle? Nobody leaves the Bermuda Triangle." You know, and then, like I said, Fester himself,
hot wings.
And then, I know you full of shit. I know you full of shit. Speaking of which, look at them eyes on Christopher Lloyd. That's just makeup. It's not like he had his eyes bought. No, they just made it dark and his eyes look like they falling out of his face.
And
I love it.
That is pure Doc Brown, Great Scott eyes right there.
Great Scott.
Speaking of which, shout out to one of the best millennials. Period. I'm dead serious. Christina Ricci. She is
shout out to her.
She's one of the greatest of our generation. Christina. That forehead was always there, huh? It was just always. It was always.
Can I mention something about Christina? So apparently, where was it? Yeah. So apparently, Sonnenfeld recalled that he originally intended that it be unclear whether Fester really was an imposter or not, but the actor strongly opposed the notion and selected then 10-year-old Christina Ricci to speak on their behalf. And it said that Ricci gave this really impassioned plea that Fester couldn't be an imposter, so we ended up totally changing the plot point to make the actors happy, and they were right. It was way better to do it that way.
All I know is
God bless Christina Ricci.
All I'm saying is
also only 1 year. You was kind of cute and Casper the D. That's how I feel.
No. She was definitely.
She was
definitely a crush for me.
Let's be real. That was that time.
I can be real.
That was the 90s. It's a time period. We talked offline. That was the period where we had people like Christina Ricci and JTT and Brad Renfro. They were all on the cover of Disney Adventures.
They were
Disney Adventures.
I had those magazines.
Disney Adventures stayed having John Taylor Thomas. All the ABC kids stayed out there.
They poured out JTT.
No,
wait. You had that one. I had the Aladdin cover.
Do you know who their favorite Negroes were? I can tell you who they were. Tia and Tamara. No, Tia and Tamara.
Yeah, Tia and Tamara.
Okay, sister.
Raven, look like this. Raven was in there. No, but Tia and Tamara, they had covers with an S.
I mean,
they had a couple of them.
Sister was hot, so they was like, we need black people. Get Tia and Tamara.
Put those two black girls out there. What about a black kid? The kid that was in Hook. I don't know.
Maybe we get the guy from Jet Jackson, but at that point,
Disney,
I think the magazine was
no. The magazine was still around.
It was?
Yeah, it was still around during the latter part before they finally revamped it. But I remember Christina Ricci was on a cover of Disney Adventures with Donald Duck on that. You know how they always get people do a surprise face as though somebody was there? It was like Donald Duck, and she's like,
oh man. Disney Adventures were YouTube thumbnails before. I'm not bullshitting.
They really did.
But also, shout out to Christina Ricci in Matrix Resurrection. I was like, she was looking pretty deliciously awesome in Matrix Resurrections.
Excuse me. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Christina.
That's all I said. If you want to say anything, look, Christina, this is just D. I fucking hate this movie.
But I love you.
You didn't have to do 1 second of any. No, shut up. Shut the fuck up, especially you, nigga. You didn't have to do Trixie like that. You didn't have to. which one of the brothers? The one that got the dick cut off first? Which one? Which one told you? Which one told you to go out there and be like that? Besides John Goodman, y'all were the only two.
All I'm saying is this.
I mean, Christine, you didn't have to bring. Look. You didn't have to bring. You didn't bring luggage, but you came with it.
All I'm saying is,
said I'm coming with it.
Me and Tsunami over here.
Look at all this CGI.
We were loving. Me and Tsunami over here were loving Millennial Agent Smith. We were eating that shit up. We were loving it.
Yeah.
I'm talking like look, it's like this. I mean it. In Speed Racer, you didn't have to do none of that.
I love Speed Racer.
Speed Racer is a piece of shit. You didn't have to.
No, sir. We would not be smooch. Be smirch.
Hey, D-Racer. Hey, Chris. It is a known thing. If that thing had a head, if Speed Racer had a head, I will place my balls on it and rub. I don't care.
D is a hater of Speed Racer. It's not
I'm
even
a hater. No. I don't like movies that try to stab me in the eyelid. Okay, I don't like that. Hey, D, yellow.
Hey, look, I'm sorry the Speed Racer didn't do the bad anime movie and fuck you in the ass at the same time. I'm just saying.
Ew.
I say this
is a guy. Could have been worse. They could have hold on, it could have been worse. They could have kept it no. They could have kept it like super close to source material and had the budget cut by a whole had the whole budget cut by 2/3, and everybody's just going, "We got to do this, we got to do that."
Sir. At least you didn't waste that.
Christina Ricci didn't have to. She did this at least 3.
All I'm saying is, D, you could have been me, and wasted bandwidth on fucking downloading Blood: The Last Vampire, the live action one. I want my hour and a half back. I want it back. I want it back.
No.
Which would have been worse? No, seriously, which would have been worse? Watching a live action version of Blood or the live action version of Kite?
I didn't see Kite. I still haven't.
Sam Jackson had no business. He had no business being in that movie.
Sam Jackson bought a boat with that fucking money. Let's just put it to you that way.
But let's get
back to Addams Family. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is this: everybody in this movie came to play.
Tugger.
He bought Tugger.
Let me get that motherfucking boat.
But no.
But everybody in Addams Family came to play. Even was it Carol Strucken who plays Lurch? All he had to do was just stand there and grunt, and he was great.
Grunt and grimace.
Do you know that he has one of our all he has to do is just.
He was in Dr. Sleep. He was in Dr. Sleep, and I was like, oh man, he's still collecting checks. This is great.
Yo, man, that's all he had to do, man.
He's 73 years old, and he's like Manute Bowles' height. And he's just collecting checks.
The interesting thing about Lurch in this movie is, unlike the one thing they did different compared to the TV show, he never talked in this movie.
No, he never did. He just grunt, and he was just a happy-go-lucky tall man.
Because I was really expecting him to say at least one word in the movie, but he never did.
Nope. I would thought that too, but just look sad, shit like that. You didn't have to do
it. It's like, you know what? It's like Carol Strucken, like he's one of those people that will pop up at those conventions that me and D went to up in Pittsburgh. He always goes to those type of conventions, and he gets like a big crowd.
It's like this. Like, you gotta think about it. Hey, Dad. Like that. Yes. Well, you know your modest Nissan Elantra. Yes. Well, I think you need to get a new car.
This is the tallest auto that I could afford.
Look. Hello, Des Moines Comic-Con. You got me.
Here's the sick part.
How many of them do that?
No, but here's the thing. Here's the sick part, D. And Eris, I think we can attest to this because all three of us at San Diego. I feel him, Elvira, and a couple other people, they get a ton of fucking money going to those conventions.
Elvira, when she actually shows up to him, and I'm not saying that she like skips on.
Dude, she was at AwesomeCon. She gets a line.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she skips on it, but when she shows up and she actually is there, yo, man. Y'all just love giving this bitch another houseboat, do y'all?
Bro, like she gets a line. People, I want you to understand something. This is why I feel we grossly underestimate certain celebs of different generations. They still get crowds.
They still do.
There's a fan base for these people.
Like, and it's kind of funny if
Lurch is one of them. Lurch actually gets a fucking fan base. I'm not even bullshit.
Buddy, Christina. Well, if one of the if Pugsley, the dude that played Pugsley, who's not a child act like that,
he showed up to Awesome Con.
Nah,
I'll get a fuck. I'll talk to him immediately.
He got out
like,
the game early. He got out the game early. He got the game early. He's like, nah, my folks is like, nah, bring your ass back to Virginia.
No. See, here's the best part. The nigga's name is Jimmy Workman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That sounds like a dude that works for Old Dominion Power.
Fun fact. Older brother of Ariel Workman, who was in Modern Family.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So the family did stay out there and say, hey, see.
So the sister took the baton from the brother and was like, "Oh, you retired? All right, I'm gonna take over."
I mean, he retired good and early in 2004.
He knew his limits and was like, "I'm out.
I'm not fat no more." And be honest with you, I don't want to be an actor.
You want to know why he was no longer fat? Because he had an uncredited role in Black Sheep.
I remember him
doing drugs with Tom. I mean, with freaking
he was the one that he was one of the teens when he was all like smoking dope and they took pictures of, and he was like, "Well, maybe we could use this as the teen outreach for this campaign."
Like, yeah, sure. And they'll put it in the newspaper on page 38. It's like, can we get a retraction? God, I love that movie. I love Black Sheep.
What you're saying is that me as a white man, I'm proliferating the downwards of the black man. Yes, man.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. Kill Whitey.
No.
Hold on, and we can get on with the rest of the movie. What?
I am sick to myself. I'm sick that nobody brings up Black Sheep. They always go to Tommy Boy. Nah, fuck that. Black Sheep.
Black Sheep is the movie.
Sir, you were going 5 miles an hour on the highway in Seattle, Washington. That'll get you put in jail. Wow.
I don't know how they do things up in Buckley, where you're from.
And much like you said, Tommy Boy is still a good line here. I'm retarded.
Speaking of which, the visual gags of this movie has me dying because.
Hold on, what? Hold on, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stop you. I have to bring out this one fun fact for a lot of people. We all know Raul Julia and everything about him. At one point, he was told to go back to acting school, early in his career, and he did. He went back and he was like doing off Broadway and all that, but he was still working with an acting coach. And it was him and another guy that was worked with that acting coach. And that other guy, Christopher Walken.
I believe it.
So here's the fun thing: think of Christopher Walken and how he acts.
Yep.
And think of Raul Julia and how he acts. Y'all came from the same school. Y'all same school.
I've maintained, everybody does their dream casting of what if the MCU was in the 90s. I still maintain Raul Julia would have been a dope ass Dr. Doom if he didn't get sick.
Boy, man. Speaking of which, he was doing this movie after he recovered from stomach cancer, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, because Street Fighter came out 94?
Street Fighter was 94.
So that was when he was on the downslope of.
When you can see in that movie and the movie that he did, based on that dude in Brazil.
It was like a full It was a full Spanish speaking movie.
Oh no, it wasn't a Spanish speaking movie. No. It was in English too.
I think it was the plague.
Yeah, it was something like that. But it was a really good movie. He died where Raul Julia dies at the end. Very, very fucking sad. But again, Raul Julia, his last 2 movies after this were fucking bangers. Like really.
Addams Family Values, and the turnaround was like, I'm in Street Fighter now, and then boom, that was it. I was like what?
Like the 2 movies, like his 2 last, like what you call theatrical acting movies. He won shit off of because he wasn't playing with him. So Raul Julia had to chop out, man. So I just found it funny that he even to his last day was trying to act, and even when he was dying, he had the script to Desperado in his hand.
Yeah, he was gonna be.
He was serious. He was an actor to his dying day, and You gotta give him that, man.
All I'm saying is the slapstick and visual gags. Gomez playing golf, and you see the golf ball going to dudes. Fucking was it Trick Cereal? Samuel Adams. Hey, go in there and keep the ball. I got plenty of them in here.
My man said, "Hey," he was like, "Keep the ball. I got a whole bucket full."
That and Dan Hedaya and him having the sword fight, and it's like the most playful. It's like the funniest shit ever because it's like Dan Hedaya is like being very serious, and Gomez is just toying with them the whole time.
Gomez, hey Chris, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is gonna be the corniest joke of the night. He's sword fighting with Dan Hedaya. Dan Hedaya doesn't realize you're being serious, nigga. It's Tuesday for me.
It was just Tuesday.
Yo, man. What are Eris's favorite jokes? Like, to festa, good with kids, always nice to animals. They can never prove it.
D, hold on. Please allow me to reenact one of my very, very favorite moments from Gomez. Oh, wait. Like, we're supposed to be discussing like the new business. Old business is old business, and new business is new business, and this is new business, and we did not discuss old business until next quarter.
Also,
fast-moving hand going through the pages was hilarious.
Also,
the fact that he licked his entire hand to do it.
But also, real quick, because we're not going to deep dive into this. Gomez and Morticia is what people think Harley Quinn and Joker is.
No.
And that's the sad part.
No. People will say, no, I want that Harley Quinn Joker thing. But then you have the smart people that say, fuck Harley Quinn and Joker. I want Gomez and Morticia.
Because that is what I like to call that. I think that's what speaks to the movie sensibilities and adapting the show, is because that passion between Gomez and Morticia, they're saying some wild ass shit, but this is a man that at his core, he loves his wife that much. You know, when he's like, when Morticia is in bondage and he's trying to untie her, and he's like, oh, the bondage, he's like hot coals,
like red hot pokers.
And she's like, darling. He's like, later, darling. And I was like, wow. And then I like how they clearly had sex that night, and he's all, and then Morticia says in straight face, honey, you were just a different man that night.
Yeah, she's like, you were this wild. He's like, you were this wild, crazy, ravenous beast. You frightened me. Can you do it again?
I open the bid at 5,000. Ha! 5. Ha! Not good enough.
20,000. And they're both like, literally.
Hold on. Like, what are you doing? I have 25. 25. Like, God,
30,000. I have 30. 35.
45.
I was mad because you're literally hearing Morticia heaving. I'm like, oh my god.
He's getting a hard on.
Water on them. He's getting water on both of them.
My man Gomez is getting a hard on every number going up.
I really do believe throwing water on them would just make it worse.
My man is getting a hard on as he's outbidding his wife, and she's fucking getting pretty much wet at the same time. And I'm like, and they're about to make out in the car.
I don't even think they even made it out the car. I think they did it right there in the auction room.
On the floor. Right there.
Now here's like, yes, I am so for this marriage. I don't want to see the sex. I don't. I actually really don't. I don't want to be around it.
Can you imagine if they did a 50 Shades of Grey, but with Gomez and Morticia? That would
no.
If they did 50 Shades,
stop doing that to somebody.
50 Shades of Grey. No, 50 Shades of Grey with Morticia and Morticia and Gomez is literally just them having sex. That's them on a Tuesday.
Fair enough.
Errors. Dr. Penderslosh. But you're feeling the little black monster.
Pugsley.
Cute.
Nigga, listen, I told you, I know these jokes, okay?
Not even that. The fact that when Doctor was it with old
He
girl,
was so excited
look,
too
look,
to
look.
say Pugsley.
Dr. Pinderschlock, by the way, she's pretty much just she's grifting because she's using Gordon, aka not Gomez, not Uncle Fester, basically use him for the money because Dan Hedaya's character, he's like the not the tax person for him, but like is he like an auditor? Auditor, basically,
yeah, something like that. Tax.
So
accounting. He's just a straight up.
Yeah. So
man.
he's
when
trying
to move. He wants to know where their money's moving.
He owes old girl money, and when she sees the balloons, it's like, okay, all right, grift away on the Addams Family, which again everybody knows is bullshit. But again, because the family is so bizarre, they just go with the shit. But I find it funny that Gomez is on the in the chair. And he's like, "That's not my brother." On the other side of the door, and here's Fester like, "Oh shit, he knows I'm here," and just runs up the fucking stairs. That is not my brother behind the door. That is not him. And the only reason why he gives it away is because he has his finger in one of those Chinese finger traps, and he's like, "I don't know how to get my finger out." And here,
how do you take it? Like, how do you take it off?
I like
There's
how
to it,
and I like how Gomez has that look of like, son of a bitch, that's not my brother.
When he said
that's what makes you know that's not his brother. Everything else, like, all right.
That part, no, the part with the finger trap when he says, "How do you take it off?" And Morticia comes up to him and says, "Oh, there's a trick to it. Click, click." Of course. And the way she said, "Of course," I'm like, "Oh yeah, they're on to you."
Hey, look, I give it up. No, Morticia knew off.
She knew off. Yeah, she knew off the book, right? But cut to Gomez later when you hear the sound of trains. Like when you hear the sound of the trains, the fact you can hear it all throughout the house.
The scene is fucking hilarious.
No, it's great. It's great. The part that got me was, here's a Wednesday. She's like, "Father's playing with his trains again."
Oh, Pugsley. He's using diesel.
He's using diesel. By the way,
by
the way, did you guys know that the passenger that's sitting in the train is the director? Yep.
I didn't like it's funny. I didn't have to look. I didn't look that up. It's just that finally I'm looking at it and I see it. I'm like, hey,
the visual of evil Gomez lamp at the train
with the cigar in his mouth.
It is the greatest visual shit ever because number one, that's low key scary as fuck.
That is scary as fuck.
Imagine you on a train, all of a sudden you just see a big Puerto Rican face just ride past you. Like, yo,
with the biggest shit-eating grin ever, laughing.
But not even that. Grandma is cooking some bullshit in her room, and here's Lurch reading a book like,
"Spirits hear me, hear my cry. Will I be joyous or will I be dying?"
Not even that. Before, early on, again, visual gag.
He is a sham, a phony, a fake, a diva, a deceiver, a scammer, a creep.
Nah, not even that.
It's like, how do you turn it off? That's absurd.
Human perfect at 300. This is absurd. This is insanity. No, this is Sparta. You know that. Nah, but the visual gag of like, "Hey, Fester, you ready for some adventure?" Pulls down the chain, it goes into fucking Benny Hill mode. I'm like, this is mad random as shit. Like, now, just out of the blue.
Now, here's kind of funny. Some of the stuff I've noticed with Fester out the thing was, every good scammer knows how to get around certain shit like that. They know social cues to do certain things, to just lean into it. But some shit felt like Fester knew it. He just didn't remember the crap. Good example was greed.
Yeah.
Now, Grady, he probably saw the name of it and saw him looking. They both just say greed at the same time. You know, cool, whatever. But I don't know, man.
I mean, but you know what it was?
I just noticed
it was him connecting with Wednesday and Pugsley with the explosions and looking up different things like scabs and blood.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait until the day Eris sees a really, really terrible combo done by one of my sons in Tekken. No! No!
Give me that controller. Haven't you ever slaughtered anyone before?
But that was the thing.
Wait. Let me do it. Haven't you ever slaughtered anyone before? He's only a child. No excuses.
Now the thing of it is, that's what played up to me of the movie.
The juggler.
Yeah, but that's the thing to me about the movie is that we know that the Addams family themselves suspect the grift, but it also the movie did a good job of playing up. Well, maybe this really is the actual Uncle Fester and he has amnesia. Maybe we don't know. And maybe that does play into Morgan, Gordon's social cues of, well, these kids are fucked up. Let me do explosions. Let me do the gangrene. Let me help them out with their play of sword fighting by doing this whole, the special effects of slashing off an arm and the blood comes out because that plays into what they think of their Uncle Fester.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Some of that crap, yeah, I can understand. He was just having fun and mother. No, Gordon. No, you don't care about me, Gordon. No, mother, I do.
Shout out to Christopher Lloyd with his initial hunch over because I know that had to hurt his back the whole fucking movie.
Like I said, they said the second they say action, sink.
Shout outs to Christopher Lloyd bringing that unbridled Negro strength when he turns Tully upside down on a wall.
I love that.
Hold on, the look of joy on his face when he does it. Wait. And he's got nerve to say as soon as he turns him completely upside down, "You're cold, mother."
She's a pimp.
That's my favorite. She's a pimp.
Stuff like that is timeless.
Dude, but
it's really hard.
The
That's
visuals,
why I say if you're going to make a new Addams Family movie, I'm pretty sure it's going to be excellent.
But here's my thing.
Did you see what's in front of you? I'm sorry. You're gonna have to make it new and like, hey, it's not like the 90s. We don't talk about that.
But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. This Tyler Perry wigs eat your heart out.
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah,
I laughed so hard. It's like, so this is how they get around Gordon having hair. It's like, it is the most shittiest of lazy wigs.
I feel like, what is with the cheap Tony Shalhoub Jewish wig? What is going on with that?
Nigga, I'm laughing, and yet here's the thing. Maybe it's because of now
looking like Monk. It's a
but here's the thing. Maybe it's because we'll get into it. We'll get into it in Addams Family Values because I think the wig budget was a little step up than this. But still, the point is, I still laugh that back in the day we never complained about this because of the way that we didn't have no internet. But nowadays, we'll
look at this shit.
No, but really, let's think about this, Chris. The reason why you don't complain about it is because the wig only has a 5-minute appearance in this movie.
True. You're right. She's a pimp.
Is this the one, mother? That deadbeat you mentioned?
Oh, hold on. All right, I gotta get this off. All of our fans that's looking at this. Look at this. This is the Addams Family video game that D wasted 2 weeks on trying to beat.
It really had no connection to the movie at all.
I mean, I wasted 2 weeks to try to beat this game, and I got nowhere close.
Oh, forgot. Here's another shot of the wig, which a little bit better.
It still looks like he still looks like, Mom, I'm going down to the deli. Do you want me?
You want some roast beef? You want some roast beef? You want some ham?
But Mom, all the people at the synagogue are going to be waiting on us.
Wait. Here's a good one. Gordon, I'm making pot roast tonight.
Ooh, pot roast. You know what? Let me. Hey, look. Let me not.
No. Pot roast. I can't do it.
The wheezing. No, the wheezing react.
No. All right. I hate allergies because I've been able to. I could do that anytime. I can't do it the way I want to right now.
Just side note. I hate how we're all old, and I'm all like, I have a growing appreciation for pot roast, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm old as fuck right now.
Yeah,
fuck.
I got to go.
No, I'm just saying, guys, if I start talking about the greatness that is Meatloaf, take me off the podcast immediately.
Boy, I'm waiting on it. Like, nah, nigga, you skip me. It's like you doing your 50-year-oldism.
Hey, D, hold on. Wait, D, listen. The moment he says that, you're just gonna lean over and look at me. Here's me. All right. Like, all right, D, I know what to do. 1, 2.
Nah. D
Sure, the
D
back of
D
the head,
D,
old
D will
yellow.
appreciate. D is gonna appreciate this joke. I'm gonna be like that Zion
Chris,
fucking
look at the
meme.
flowers.
No, it's gonna be like that Zion meme. Like, oh, Victoria's cooking some meatloaf. Let me go ahead and get out of here.
Like, Chris,
Oh,
look at the
Lord.
flowers, man. Just look at the flowers.
She
Nah,
cooking me-
this gonna be like here this go for Chris.
Just look at the flowers, Chris.
Oh my god. Hey D, wait a minute, here's Chris. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me pot roast is good? I'm the
It was never
pot roast
good.
No, I mean to tell me pot roast was good. I'm the astronaut with the gun. It was always good.
I'm sorry. No, look, I swear to God, I'm sorry. I think I might have brought this up on a Pressing Buttons podcast or a Working Title Sports Show
It
podcast
was
when it
working
happened.
time for show because we was talking about Zion.
Because there was a tweet. Because there was a
Because we was
tweet that
talking about
came.
Zion with the helmet, nigga.
Yeah, it was a tweet that night. I think all of us old people in our late 30s, early 40s that got triggered from this young, clearly somebody in their 20s that was like, who the fuck is eating pot roast? I'm like, fuck you, little girl. Pot roast is shit.
Yeah. I like how you called her little girl.
Oh, no, it wasn't just me. It was a lot of.
No. You knew it was a child.
Oh, no. Everybody, men and women, it's like all of a sudden we all of us older folks formed up on Twitter, and she got ratioed like a motherfucker that night. It was like, bruh, her mentions was in shambles.
I know we talked about the wig, right? Can we talk about Gordon's mother using the shittiest German accent ever?
Oh my. Praise the Lord. Deals with you.
How are you? I am Dr. Pinderslosh. Pinderslosh.
That is not a name. But you know what? Let's go. It sounds German. You look German. Let's just go with it.
I mean, you went with the most obvious, phony sounding German accent ever. And I was living in Germany at the time when this movie came out. I felt so offended.
Yo, man.
I mean, just like and like I said, the
okay.
Griff-
All right. I'm sorry, Chris. Let's get this out the way. Hey, slender white girls. No, you're not her.
No, you will never.
You're not her. You will never be her. You will never be her. There are many attempts of trying to be her, but you can't.
Daryl Hannah tried.
Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. We're never going to match the look. And even Angelica Houston doesn't want to match the look. You know why? Because as much as she's proud of how she looks, look at her. She knows she looks bad. She knows she's a bad bitch.
Yeah,
you know she got a girdle on, right?
Yeah,
you know
girdle
she
does.
Do you know
I know this
you know
story.
she hates it, right?
Yeah, she absolutely hates it. In fact, didn't she say something about she wanted that outfit burned after the second time that she had to do it for the sequel?
Oh, yes. After the second movie, at the last day of shooting, she took her wig off, took that girdle off.
Here's the kicker.
Also,
Angelica Houston was looking pretty good in the 90s because I remember she did this movie a year prior to this called The Witches, and she was looking really good in that movie.
She was until she took her nose off. And
there was also
some nose off, and it got long and shit. And
there was something else. There was also something else that she did too. No, she's right there in the same club as Michelle Pfeiffer.
I would say Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh yes. Dude,
well, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. She was in the same club because around that same time, these two movies, ironically, Tim Burton passed on directing Addams Family at the time. But Michelle Pfeiffer was that same way. She could not wait to get out of that damn Catwoman suit.
That's it.
Yeah,
and they both ironically were. That's what I mean by they were in the same club. Holy shit! When as soon as shooting is wrapped, I am burning this thing.
And my thing is this. I get it because you have to have a look. I'm pretty sure Daryl Hannah had to go through the girdle when she did Morticia in the third movie and stuff. It's a look, and I think, yeah, it's definitely a visual thing that you have to kind of do something clothing wise to match it. There's no way around that shit.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
What I always loved about Morticia in this movie was every time they showed her, whether she was talking or just sitting somewhere, she is shrouded in all darkness except for her eyes.
Mm-hmm. Her eyes are always lit. And they purposely, and especially in the second one, they really made it their business to make that a visual gag.
But the great thing about her is that she pops up like a ninja. Like again, like Dee said, she knows something's up with Fester off rip. And I like at one point when he has all the dynamite strapped around him, has the bow bandolier, and he goes through the tube, and like Morticia sees him go through the tube, and she's like, Okay,
Mhm.
okay, all right.
Or no, a good one. So, did you sleep well? Like the dead. Really? They said anyone
Some
who
of
came
me.
back. Oh, wait. No. They said anyone who came back from the Bermuda Triangle would always be hollering and screaming whenever they slept.
Hmm.
You know, I really want to go downstairs. That
I
nigga was
mean,
like, shit.
and the thing of it is, her visual cues of popping up like a ninja just works because it's just very just subtle, subdued, and just like, she just takes him through the gravesite because she's like, yeah, I know you're not Fester, but I'm just gonna go along with it. Fine, fuck it. Let's just see where this goes. I mean, and I think that's what works because if you try, and I think that's why when you get to a point in the movie where the Addams family they lose the house in a heel turn, that whole sequence of Morticia becoming a preschool teacher and she's telling the story of Hansel and Gretel,
Which is
funniest shit ever.
so great.
She doesn't even, she's literally sympathizing with the witch getting thrown in the oven. And I like how the pause of the kids, like, what the fuck did I just listen to?
It
And the
was
kids
like
just start
it's a
crying. It's like,
no, it's a whole pause with a growing cry that
it's like
becomes
three of
so
the,
uncontrollable.
it's like three of the kids is like, oh my God, that's fucked up.
No, best part?
Nah.
No, the best part for me was more freaking Gomez is sitting in the hotel watching Sally Jesse Raphael.
No,
No,
when he
Mr.
calls it,
Adams, we will not tell you where
where
these
they look,
people are.
yo,
He's
the
just,
look of disgust when he hangs up the phone, like, damn it.
Bitch.
Herman picks up the phone. I like how he said, okay, let's take a caller. Hello, Sally. Mr. Adams, please stop calling. We don't know where they meet. Let's take another call.
One of my favorite things from Morticia was her being a good parent. As you see, he did President George Bush, and she did she did God Joe. What was the name of that reporter in the 90s? I forgot her name, but whatever. She's like, have you spoken to her parents? Well, Wednesday brought in a picture of her Aunt Capernia. Ah, yes, Wednesday's great Aunt Capernia. She was burned as a witch in 1706.
They said
They
she
said
danced
she danced
naked.
naked in the square, enslaved the minister. Really? Yes.
Hmm.
But don't worry. We told Wednesday
College first.
college first. Let me tell you something. That's actually excellent parenting. I'm sorry. Like, look, that sounds beast. You got to get your grades first now. You can't do that and just think you can hop on a horse and show your titties off in Main Square. No, you need your college first before you can do all that.
Like, I know what a carpet is.
Shut up, Chris.
The other part, the other thing that I also liked was showing how miserable Wednesday and Pugsley were. The Girl Scout moment. Now, if you will, please allow me. Is this made from real lemons? Yes. I only like natural foods and beverages, organically grown, and no preservatives. Are you sure they're real lemons? Yes. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll buy a cup if you buy a box of my delicious Girl Scout cookies. Do we have a deal? Are they made from real Girl Scouts? Check. Check and mate.
I like
Just
how
keep
this is the same
just keep
girl.
walking down the street.
I like how this is the same girl that's in the sequel.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Here's what I appreciate about that. The sequel doesn't address that she's the same Girl Scout.
No, you don't.
No.
It's a different character, and you don't even care because if you watch the first movie, you know it, but you don't really make the connection. It's the same person.
Only thing that we know is between both her and Wednesday, puberty hit within a
puberty
2-year
hit,
time
clearly.
period.
I mean, but again, all these subtle moments, like even the fact that like Wednesday and Pugsley are clearly torturing each other, and I like how they're like, please, all right,
go ahead. Oh, good. Like, yeah, great parenting. It's actually great parenting,
especially the
no. And you're probably gonna say, but she was.
No, she said
she was there to see Pugsley get electrocuted.
Bruh, they set up they set up the electric chair. Pugsley, sit in the chair. Why? So we could play a game. What game? It's called Is There a God?
Okay.
Christina. I like how you weren't a golf girl, but you spoke for the golf girls. That was excellent. That's good for you. Good for you. And I think Christina knows this That's what makes her a great person. Like I hate all this praise I'm getting Christina Ricci because I know like 2 months from now. Wow. I'm sorry. What about the black people?
And here's my thing too. Here's the thing. And again, it speaks to the whole atmosphere of the movie. Because again, I think that's why revisiting this movie, because I've seen this movie probably like 10 times over. It's a movie I can still watch because they didn't change up the atmosphere of the Addams Family. Notice, I think you even brought it up, Sue, the fact that the Addams Family, where they live at, is still the same atmosphere, just like in a TV show, just in color, but it's still that black and white drab color, but it works within the confines of the 90s.
Also,
the modern world. It still works.
Let's also be real. The house that we see in this movie and the sequel, it honestly looks like something out of Tim Burton.
You know what? Tim Burton was supposed to do it, and he was supposed to get Johnny Depp. And
that's what I'm saying. He was supposed to. He was supposed to do it.
That 90s macabre look is just so 90s. It's like that's a 90s thing. A lot because you remember a lot of set designers, directors, and people like that. They were kids in the 1950s looking at all of those old shows, those old horror movies. So they really understood what they needed to be there. And in doing so, I'm guaranteeing you that set was over budget. Woo! Because
a $25 million movie that goes $5 million over budget.
Everything looks like you can. It looks like you can touch everything in this movie. It ain't on the level of like nothing but trouble, but it's still like you can smell that place. You can smell that place. You know what I mean?
It's 2 movies that did that whole going over budget and being successful. This and Predator.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the thing I love about this movie is that you can feel the cobwebs everywhere.
I mean, like I think it also maybe it's because I think when I was like 6, 7, right? I saw this movie. I saw Addams Family in theaters, but like once you're conscious as a kid of recognizing the way movies are marketed, coming off of the Tim Burton Batman and the way the fury of all the marketing for the Batman from McDonald's all the way to Pizza Hut and all those stuff, Addams Family was another one of those movies that got so much marketing top to bottom everywhere.
And the only thing I remember was the one bit of marketing that's in this movie, Tombstone Pizza. Tombstone Pizza did have a thing in the time, but I don't remember what it was. But apparently, yesterday, looking up this movie for the guys, I found an old promotion video by it was the Addams Family for Honda.
The Honda Odyssey.
Showing up, I own that. Well, actually, I own the model after that Honda Odyssey. But yeah, it's one of those. The Honda Odyssey was one of the minivans that did change up the game. That's all I got to say.
Actually, funny fact. Fuck it. Since we're live, we might as well show it real quick. Fine. Fuck it. Might as well.
And it's so funny. No, dude, it's like 18 minutes long. Don't.
Yeah, it's really.
No. We'll skip past it, but we just show.
Throw that joke dead in the middle because the only person in this in the whole video that you recognize is Angelica Houston. She's actually playing Morticia in these.
It should be perfect for picnics.
Big ass forehead though.
Going to the beach.
That's not Christina Ricci.
That dome.
Are you sure?
I like how they just. They just got a random Gomez. I love it. They just got a random Gomez, and Angelica Houston was like, "I'll take that 200,000."
Imagine being the guy that has to be Gomez and finding out from your own kid you're not Raw Julia.
Guys, I just want to pull up some quotes real quick. One of my favorite lines from this movie was Margaret and Tully. Margaret says the following: "Oh God, this is all so humiliating. Why did I marry you? Because I said yes."
Yes. Dan Hedaya, ladies and gentlemen. I got one for you, Eris. Nobody leaves it. Nobody gets out of the Bermuda Triangle, not even for a vacation. Everyone knows that. Oh, my little bundle. So much you don't understand. The human spirit, it's a thing that's hard to kill.
Like
even with a chainsaw.
That was a good one. No,
Thank
okay.
you, Grandma Ball.
I got no like D. I got another one for you, Margaret. About the seance tonight. I wish you'd come. It's Gomez. I'm terribly worried about. He won't eat. He can't sleep. He keeps coughing up blood. He coughs up blood. Well, not like he used to.
No, hey, look, Eric's like this. Not like he used to.
Now here's my thing, right?
She says it with so much sadness. Like, my husband is not in pain. Why? What is wrong, my darling? Why are you not miserable?
You know what Sonnenfeld essentially didn't want to use the theme music for this movie and only did it because it got early positive reaction from like test trailers.
I mean, look, here's the thing, Sonnenfeld.
It's like the original theme is iconic.
What you gonna do about it? All right. And like, because think about it. Really think about it.
I know what they were gonna do with it. They were gonna have Hammer be the theme.
And look, it's like this. Thank you, Harris. It was gonna be an Addams Family. It would have started off with Hammer.
Chris agreed.
Hey, D-A-M. I don't know what they did.
No. It's they do what they want to do, play how they want to play, say what they want to say. It's Addams Family.
Yo, Hammer, I love you. You a real gangster.
He cleaned up. Hey, Hammer cleaned up in the 90s, man. You can't deny that shit. Every opportunity he had.
Hammer.
I mean, for a man that actually put his own people on, I think he had to do the Addams Family to pay for all that shit. So it's like,
I'm just mad at the lack of a fuck he gave to the song, is what I'm saying. That was a throwaway song, bro. That was a good 90s
I really believe that
soundtrack song.
No, but I really believe that like he was supposed to have a cameo appearance in this movie.
That doesn't shock me at all.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if MC Hammer showed up at that party.
Right, he should have.
I mean,
look, hey man, y'all do the mooshki yet?
Hey, can we talk?
By the way, hold on. By the way, real quick, when the time does come for you, Chris, to officially, tie that knot, I'm gonna make this speech. We danced the mamushka while Nero fiddled. We danced the mamushka at Waterloo. We danced the mamushka for Jack the Ripper. And now, CJ, this mamushka is for you.
Here's me sitting there like, majority of my family, maybe my fiance's family, gonna look at you like, that's your friend. I'm like, I know.
Mamushka!
All right, mamushka!
And I will look at every last one of you. No, I will look at every last one of y'all like, don't act like y'all didn't see this movie.
That's your friend.
Look, every do it. Hey, here's yours. Do it, D. What? Come on, look. I know Eris is like this. Eris is the one doing it. Hey, come on, D. I know you want to stand up, D. You better not leave me hanging because I'm not ready to yell out, wait. Here, he sees me stand up. He's like, yes.
I mean, and that's the thing to me. It's like all those visual things with the Mushka, it really played into the whole thing with Fester really just loving the family. And I think that probably was the point of the movie, is that the family knew it was bullshit, but they just embraced them because it's like, well, it's Uncle Fester, he's back.
And I do have questions like Flora and Fauna. What did they do to get in the crazy house? I want to know about but I forgot the cousin that Wednesday was on dancing with. That Wednesday was dancing with the dude with the big ass shoulders and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, it's a lot of questions I got going on here. Also, what are you? No, what are you? What are you?
Yeah.
I know are you a chimera of some sort? What are you?
No. You know the cool thing about it? It is that rich cousin.
Oh, yeah, I think that's what it was.
According to if I remember from the original series and the TV shows and cartoons, cousin It was stupid rich like Gomez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Gomez is rich, but It is like it was on the ground floor of like this. Yahoo.com. That's what it's called. Yeah. I'm not putting stock in that. All right, It. I think I'm gonna trust you on this one. That's how It was. It was one of those dudes.
And can I be real?
Everything he was on it. He was on it.
I mean, can I be
Hey
real
man,
though?
y'all want to drop? Look, you know what it said when he walked in there? Hey, drop them stocks in Honda tomorrow.
You know what's funny too? We talk about
to crash.
We talk about costume and visual designs in this movie. I appreciated them going all in on Cousin It because that's a very simple thing to do. You just get a big ass hair wig and make it long, but it works. It just fucking works. It's a simple thing. You can't fuck it up. You really can't fuck it up.
Like I said,
hold on. Guys, this is a good one. I just remembered this line.
Go ahead.
Just to show you how much Fester was not trying to blow his cover, but at the same time, he's still setting off red flags. When Wednesday went missing, fan out. Pugsley, you head for the dung heap. Mama, Morticia, the shallow graves. I'll take the abyss. Lurch, check out the bottomless pit. Fester, up here. Fester, you take the ravine and the unmarked abandoned well. Somebody should stay behind in case she comes back.
Good idea.
Good thinking. Then who will take the swamp? That's the spirit thing. Lend a hand.
And D actually said this. And there are 8 jokes like that in this movie. That's the one. Boo! Boo!
I say boo to you, sir.
There are at least 8 jokes in this movie like that.
Hold on.
That's the one that got me. That's the one.
No, of the 8 jokes. Wait, hold on, D. Of the 8 jokes, how many of them made you say boo that were thing related?
All of them were actually. That's what I'm saying. That was the only one. That was the like I said, all of them, like at least 2 of them, like 4 of them were at least thing related, but that was the one that made me say.
You could take it anymore.
Here's my thing, right?
I hated it so much.
So you have.
I don't like pun jokes, but that. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But that's about like overall the whole movie. It's just top like every visual gag with Thing and Gomez. With Gomez throws his golf club and Thing just grabs it, throws into the freaking bed. Like everything with Thing is just still visually great.
I like Ding over there yeeting all those packages for FedEx. How did you now? Hey guys, all of us born 84, 84, 83. Hey guys, how did you like looking at Federal Express and not FedEx?
Yes.
I have the same happy tingly feelings, just like I had the same happy tingly feelings, just like when I reminisce about OJ and the Hertz commercials.
You know what, Chris? You are itching very close to D saying F it, and we're doing the People versus OJ Simpson way earlier than I wanted.
Come on, guys. You don't remember OJ running with them suitcases inside the airport? I'm like, oh shit, the Juice still got it.
Y'all don't understand. Look, man, y'all don't understand, man. I still got love for Juice. And Juice coming out 2 weeks ago. I love it because you're like, hey, Will, I've been in that situation, man, but you can't let your emotions, Juice.
Hey, Juice,
shut up.
Chill.
Juice.
Chill, my man.
Juice.
Chill. Time and place, my nigga.
It's like this, yes, and I'm one of the conspiracy theorists that think your son actually killed him, but he placed it on you, and you did that to. I'm one of those people, but Juice, the cops are still looking at you. Chill, bro. Don't get these white folk inched.
You're still in Florida chilling. Don't do it. Don't do it. The Goldman family's looking.
Nigga. There were like 5 white people in there. Like, I'm gonna get that nigga. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna wrangle him in.
Someday I'm gonna get that. Someday I'm gonna get that filthy animal.
Someday I'm gonna get that running back.
I will say this though: if you want to get this movie, the 4K of this is a great version to get because they actually have there's extended versions of the Mamushka in the film.
Good.
Alongside other deleted scenes that didn't make the film. It's actually a pretty total package version of the Addams Family. I'm like, why the fuck did I not get this version of it?
Hey, AD. Oh God, excuse me. Stop! It's terrible when you stutter. That line, followed by Thing doing this, like moving around, trying to get to the cereal bowl. He knocks it over, grabs and starts doing more so.
I'm just mad He said it's still up over your stunner.
Morticia needs
ask,
us.
Morticia!
Stop, send help at once. Stop. My man thing was like, oh God.
Hey, Raul, Mr. Julia, I know you're in heaven right now, and I know somebody's like, "Hey, Raul, we want you to come out here and do your Street Fighter thing again. Come on out." You know what he did? Miss Gilligan. I like how Gomez is obviously a man that doesn't watch television a lot. You know what I mean? There's just some people that just don't watch TV like that. Gomez
was so broken. This was a broken man.
Clearly, yes, the Addams Family have a television in their house. They don't watch it. You know what I mean?
No,
you know what I mean?
It is clearly no. D, the television in their house is nothing more than decoration.
Like, put it this way. The Addams Family took place nowadays. They only keep it so they can play music on it during the holidays.
Yeah. Why even play music on it when you got Lurch playing that organ?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Can you imagine Lurch playing Pick Up the Pieces on that organ?
Sir, don't get me started on Pick Up the Pieces, because I'm just going to circle it back to fucking Old Boy and Iron Man 2 dancing on stage to Pick Up the Pieces.
Nah, I just like it. Tracy Morgan had the nerve to do a little two-step. Pick up the pieces.
Dude, it's between, like I said, him and Old dude, Tracy Morgan and Sam Rockwell and Iron Man 2. I fucking died when he came out to Pick Up the Pieces. I'm like, God damn it, why is he dancing to Pick Up the Pieces?
Sam Rockwell was dancing his ass off to that song.
I mean, look, wouldn't you be dancing if you have a fucking terrorist that built robots for you? I'd be dancing too. I'd be doing a happy dance too.
Man, you know, if I got a one up, it's kind of funny that Sam Rockwell always
whole ass running man.
It's always funny that Sam Rockwell is always playing a person that's evil, that has a whole military against their fucking fingertips. You know, like he did in Bush. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, AD. I'm Fauna. I'm Flora.
I'm
flattered.
But question, no. Flora and father, quite the pair. I'm sorry, brother.
I was jealous. You
had
your sights.
I love it.
Any woman that you wanted.
As they were doing that, he got his whole finger in this girl's ear. You can get any woman you could. He was charming.
I mean, look at this. This is happy times.
You know, here's the
happy times.
Here's the sick part.
Wait. I gotta point out something.
They ain't got the same mom. Look, it's like this. They ain't got the same daddy, but they all brothers. You can kind of
Let me point out something here. No Morticia in the back. She clearly has that look of that ain't that motherfucker's brother.
I know that's not him.
I know it's not him.
My husband is.
I'm keeping up this
shit.
I'm
living his best life.
I am keeping up this charade for the sake of my husband being happy.
I swear to God, I've learned this from my wife, and I have learned this from my wife and several other women. It's exhausting to be Chi-Chi. That's what I've learned. It's exhausting.
But if we're gonna really end this episode off, though, I would say, bar none, this is the best picture ever of a disapproving stare.
Yes. Okay. Can I tell you guys something?
This is perfect picture of just like, why am I here? I'm not amused.
No, Chris, I have to tell you something. Ever since I saw this movie, I have been doing this.
Yeah.
You guys have probably seen me do it.
Hey, Eris, I got a question. You were a teacher at one point.
Yes.
I think even in Japan, you've seen that look before, have you?
Dude, that was me.
I mean,
how many times did you see your class up there performing and you look at the audience? Here's you. The Yamamoto family looking real mad over there.
Also, D was there after my rant. That was me after my rant to the Universal FanCon stream.
Oh God!
I had that look at Gomez like
that was me and Chris during the whole time. All right, guys, so check it out. So we're going to try again, and we're going to try to bring it out one more time. Now this time, we want you guys to do what?
I would also like to point out Gomez is rocking a clean ass suit.
Yes, he is.
Gomez had. I gotta wonder that suit budget had to be crazy.
You know what? To give my kids school credit, when they had to do stuff like that, I think they recognized that the parents was going to look like that, so they made all their little school functions like that very short, right? And the one thing I will give them is this: you think, oh God, they're going to perform a song, right? I was thinking like, oh Lord, these kids gonna like, what song's going to be? Bam, 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 bam. What? These kids rocking back and forth. All the parents, we go from, what are you doing? Little kid, rising up in the top of the I'm like, they are not singing it. By the time they got to the chorus, everybody in the audience, we were cracking up like, kill it. Y'all killing it.
Dude,
So
let me.
I would give it up to my kids' school for 3 solid years. There was little end of the period things for the parents. All right. And look, it's an hour long. Trust me, it sounds like it's going to hurt. It's okay.
Yeah. Hey D.
Mhm.
Love, hate, love. Like from mama? No. But I didn't hate my mother. It was an accident.
I mean, it's crazy too because, like I said, at the end of the day, despite
Go for a cigar. What are you talking about? I was smoking since I was 5. Mother insisted.
there you go, right there.
Mother insisted.
I mean, look, despite how critics felt about the movie, I do appreciate that over time, like people's opinions about the movie kind of was like, oh, the movie actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was back in the day. It's actually really good. It's just at the time, it's like, 'cause I think Roger Ebert was kind of very in the middle. 'Cause I think he gave it like a 2 out of 4. And he said it was like mildly entertaining, but it didn't do anything. And I was like, I guess. I mean, what did you want?
I can see how this movie got its bumps in the 90s. And especially as much as I love the second one, I think the second one's way better. You can see in the second one, yeah, the critics is gonna kick this thing's ass. It is kind of funny, like certain movies are like that, Chris. And I think we have at least, I think probably 1 or 2 movies, and I can't name them, just being honest with you, that came out, I would say, in the last 5 years that wasn't MCU related or comic book related.
I mean,
that people knew what it was. Not saying that wasn't that people knew that was mid to us as critics, but we know like 10 years down the line, people are gonna love it.
I mean,
you know the one movie I'm thinking that's gonna be like that? The movie we all 3 of us hate it. I got a feeling there's gonna be a wave of people that want another Brightburn movie. It's gonna piss us off, but I got a feeling my kids, Dad, that movie's bad, man. You just
no, it's gonna end up being before.
Like that. One of those
it's gonna end up being. It's gonna be like how I was about Jeepers Creepers, and then they put out that piece of shit Jeepers Creepers 3, and I'm like, this isn't fun anymore.
It could have worked. Ooh, 3 could have worked, and it had just
and I think
fell apart.
And I mean, I think I feel we talked about this when we did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That got filleted by the critics.
It did.
Despite how we loved it, like it got filleted. Like we talk about Michael Bay's Turtles getting filleted. It has nothing on the 89-90 Turtles movie at all.
All right,
the 1990 movie, yeah. Critics, they took a bat to that thing.
It's kind of funny how kids, how I remember a lot of people didn't like Holes like that. Do you know we got a bunch of 30-year-old people just hitting 30 like, yo, Holes was my shit. Yo, Shia LaBeouf and all the rest of them niggas, Holes was the shit. Man, the story was so deep. It's like, Holes? Yeah. You be shocked. Some of those movies, they know their audience and attach to it, and it gets bigger because of that audience. Yeah, come on, we're a good example of that, man. Look, nigga, we're a part of the generations that made anime and shitty movies a thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we are the ones that did that. So
Hey, D, one more. Are they dead? Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. My wife wanted me to point it out. Remember when Morticia and Gomez was in the cemetery? They was talking to each other, and they started kissing, and you just saw the visual cues. You saw the arrow. You saw the one woman laid out on the end of the thing, like sex. I get it. Yeah. They're fucking. Here's me. They fucked in the cemetery. Of course they did.
Like Morticia, How long has it been since we last waltzed? Oh, Gomez, hours.
I mean, yeah.
Oh God, man.
The jokes, no, seriously, like between this movie and the second, the jokes are just too good. They're
I
too
would
good.
say in the second movie, though, like to me, the second movie is so much. It's just the second movie. I would say this. It just knows at this point we can give you less plot and be more funny. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it lean into that. You know, some sequels get that luck where it's like, all right, we can pull it back and just go for wacky. Anchorman and Chris, Anchorman 2 missed by this much with me.
Yeah, Anchorman 2
Anchorman
could have been
2
it.
could have really been something special, but Anchorman 2 is one of the things, watch it every like 5 or 6 years. It had a chance. It's funny. It's not that funny though. You know what I mean?
So check this out, y'all. All right, so we mentioned Hammer and Addams Family. This is where I got it mixed up. He wasn't in the movie, which he wasn't. He didn't even have a deleted scene. It was his music video. The music video actually got the entire cast of the movie.
I believe it.
In the video. In fact, it actually starts out with him pleading with Wednesday and Pugsley to not cut his head off with the guillotine. And
I can only imagine the bad acting.
And then on top of that, there was a part with Raul Julia and Angelica Houston were having they were doing their little sword fight with Hammer doing his thing. So this song was his last. It was his last top 10. It was his last hit, wasn't it? It was his last hit in the US.
Okay, when did Pumps and Bumps come out?
That didn't come out till 94.
Wow. Yeah, but say, yeah. What? Wait. Whoa. This song was his last big hit?
This was his last big hit. So think about it. His last big hit was 1991.
And I know what you're saying, one person. No, Pumps and Bumps. It's a novelty.
It is a novelty. It's definitely
not a good song. It's a song you put on if you're trying to be wacky. You're like, oh, yo, Pumps and the Bumps, Pumps and the Bumps. It's funny for that It's funny for that first verse, and then the DJ better come in there and mix it to a different song.
But let me tell you, what makes Pumps and the Bumps that good, quote unquote good, it's really the beat.
It's the beat. That beat is
seriously, that beat is something straight out of West Coast production. And I'm not talking music. I'm talking about
sounds like it.
It sounds like it belongs in a West Coast production film. Let's just say that.
Like it. Yeah, let's put it that way.
In a West Coast production spicy film. That's where that song sounds like it belongs.
I'm just really shocked that Pumps and the Bump was
it wasn't a
hit. It wasn't a hit, actually.
Nope.
It really wasn't a hit, man. So
even though the album was platinum, like Funky Headhunter, it actually was a platinum album, but it just didn't.
Headhunter.
Yeah.
That just screams 90s, doesn't it? That just screams the nigga that did all his gangster shit in the mid 80s, doesn't it?
And it's just crazy because the song, like I said, the song was not a hit. Like,
I mean,
not really.
Nothing. I mean, nothing he put out. God, how much does that suck? That Addams Groove was 1991. You have not had a big hit single since 91.
You know what? I was gonna say that
because Too Legit was before Addams Groove.
I was just about to say that was an LA. I was like, no, it wasn't. I'm shutting down. Like, no, it wasn't. Because remember that song he did with Pharrell. Remember, he had 2 more albums after that. And I'm like, okay, LL didn't do that. I was gonna say LL came close to that. I'm like, nope.
I mean, he didn't really get back into the groove until he was with fucking Death Row.
And that was like
95.
94, 95. He was
like you said, he wasn't in no groove at that point. We just talked about that. That wasn't no hit. That like Pumps of the Bump surprisingly was not a hit.
It wasn't a hit. In
fact, surprisingly, despite us playing it, no, nobody listened to
Try to do that fucking
the funny thing about him was when you look at his career, dude consistently put out albums. It's just nobody bothered to listen to.
But But yeah, it's Addams Family.
That's it. Yeah, that's Addams Family for this week. Next week, we are definitely we're going back into outer space. Nah, kind of a kid's vision. Is everybody dead in this? Whatever. We're going to Gundam Bill Fighter next. Is everybody dead already? Or is this like a fantasy world? Or
It's fan service to show.
Shut up. I know it is. But the one thing that gets me is this. Prime, who's going to be on the show, and Jared, who's going to be on the show, both said the same thing. Yo, the last boss is a legit final boss, and it's cool as fuck. Are you serious? It really is. Okay. See, I'm excited. They said like the last 2 episodes, like you're like, don't let it fool you. Like, no, Prime said, all right, D, it's cool. Them last 2 episodes, you're gonna really like them.
So we'll be back, Gundam Bill Fighters, and yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
And do what they want to do. Say what they want to say.